guys, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone for a while. I feel like I say that every time. But I was waiting on some parts and then I got lazy and now we're back. Today I'm going to do like not a potluck, but a throw everything in type of thing. I'm going to do my brakes. I mean, they're already on, but I'm going to do my wiring for the brakes. And I have my stabilizing jacks here, and I think I'm going to put them on also. And then, if I am still motivated, I will start connecting all of my tanks to the proper fittings so that it looks together. Let's get to it. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is kind of explain my thought process. So I have 12 gauge, and it is oxy-free copper. There's two different kinds. From my research, the one that holds the best electricity and doesn't burn out and corrode is this OFC. But I'll describe more in the description. So this is my trailer. This is the ball. These are the tires. So what this is it's actually bonded together. I've got a red and a black. In brakes, it doesn't matter which one goes what because they're not polarized. So, but I need two wires because one is going to be the ground wire eventually. So my box is going to be here. From the box, we're going to go down the trailer and we're going to do a couple connections at this first tire. One is going to be splitting it off to go this way. Then the other connection will be here at this tire, and then it'll keep going, and then we'll connect at this tire. From this T, we're going to go this way, connect to that tire, but T it, and go this way and connect to this one. I'll show you guys what I do, so let's get to it. Okay, so my first T is from my main line here, and my T is going to be this way and technically continue that way, because then I'll have another T to connect to this, continue that way. So my first T is here, here, and then I'm going to continue that way. So I need to split this, strip it, and then split and strip this one. so I'm changing my plan a little bit because my initial plan was I've got this one coming this way, this is going to go all the way that way. I was going to do another T here and then just automatically wire my brakes into this T. But I realized that is not going to happen. So what I'm going to do instead is actually make a T and put a little bit of extra wire coming this way, then connect that extra wire to my brakes. So I'm pretty much going to do this all over again, but maybe here, join it back up but with a T here. And I know they make like these little clamp things that like poke a hole in it and the metal connects, but I think this actually seems a bit more like more connections. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be testing my brakes. So what I've done is I've jacked up my jacks that I have on all 4 corners next to my tires, so that these are now free spinning. And then I'm going to plug my brake wires into a 12-volt system and then try to spin my tires again to make sure that my wiring is correct. Alright, so I have my brake wiring all connected to my battery charger. I'm on 12 volts. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't see any sparks or smoke. Once again, this is with the brakes off. Alright, now with the brakes on. Very nice, I'm happy. Alright, you might be thinking, Kindle, now what? Well, I need to make these wires nice, because I've got slack all over the place, and it's just loose and everything. So I have, let's see if I can find some flex tubing. Oh, there we go. That I'm going to wrap around, and then I have these cable clamps. These are 1/2 inch, and then the flex tubing is 10 feet by 3/8 by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to make it all nice and pretty. So I'm using 3/4 self-drilling screws, metal to metal, and hopefully I won't need to drill first. We'll see. before I go any further, I'm going to make sure my brakes still work after all the work that I've done. So I'm going to crank them up, make sure that they spin, and then connect it back. Okay, what I think the problem was is when I taped this, I just wrapped it up all together. And I think because my wires were touching, that it was shorting out and already grounding itself. So I'm going to tape these separately so that the wires are not touching each other. We'll see if that works. While I was untaping the second one, I accidentally pulled out one of my connections. So I'm just going to redo all of this one and do it right so that there's no bare wires anyways. So let's do it.
You're still with me all the time. Oh, how long will I have to wait? How long have we been too late? Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to forget you.
Alright, everyone cross your fingers. Let's see if this works. So right now the tires are loose. Hey! Success! Alright, I want to show you guys what I did with this part of the trailer. I think in total I used 12 clamps, which definitely seems like overkill, but I learned a lot along the way. So let's start with the back passenger wheel. So I just have to make sure that there's enough slack in between the brakes and the connector and connection to make sure that it won't pull out pretty much. So I've got two there. This is the extra slack I had connecting there to here. From here, remember I T again, and one T goes to the front passenger wheel. I've got a clamp there. I've got a clamp here that is very tight, right at that joint, so that it can't pull back that way or back this way. The best thing that I'm going to recommend and will do in the future is to clamp it on top of my conductor. That thing's not going anywhere. So I'm going to have a mixture of things like this and things like that when I continue my line up. But the conductor is tearing my thumb up trying to get it in there, but it definitely works nice. And it's very tight. Let's see if I can, like that.
does not move anywhere. And the wire on either side doesn't move inside the conductor either. So that is very secure. Next, we're going across to the driver's side. And this is my extra loop that I have, just from all the extra that I did have. If I didn't want all this extra, I could cut it and then solder it, or not solder it, but plug it, whatever you want to call it, together. But I don't have a problem with keeping my extra. I mean, it's already there. So, and I still have plenty of wire left over. So, no problem keeping extra. I just did a figure 8 and then a clamp in the middle on the sides so that it can't pull either way either. And then I've got one clamp in the middle of this conductor here. And then I run into another T. This T, let's see. Nope, sorry. The conductor goes to that one, which comes from the front in and then over. And this goes here, another T, which goes to the brakes. Make sure you have plenty of slack. And then conductor across to the back driver's side one. And I've pinched that in nice and tight so that's not going anywhere. And then plenty of slack to that brake. Moving forward, because I only have a little bit of conductor left. I don't know if it's not technically conductor. Protector, I guess? We'll call it protector. I only bought 10 feet just because I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. And it definitely works. I highly recommend it. It's just a pain in the butt to get in. The rest of my wire is going to go up, all the way up to my junction box, which will be put right over there somewhere.
Alright, thank you guys for coming to this video. Next time I will be probably putting the protector on the rest of my line and screwing it into the frame, double checking, triple checking to make sure my brakes work, and then I'll be bolting on, screwing on my junction box, and then showing you guys how to connect the brakes to that. So stay tuned, thank you so much for watching.